Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, April 16th, 2021. Today I'm going to go over yesterday's NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball games. Look ahead to today and the weekend's games. Golf, NASCAR, best bet of the day. I apologize, guys. I don't have a time for my typical Friday show. I'm going to try to be quick here. We're going to start the NBA. We'll go over the games from last night. Look ahead to today and the weekend. The results. Bucks over the Hawks, 120-109. Warriors over the Cavs, 119-101. Celtics over the Lakers, 121-113. Suns over the Kings, 122-114. And then today's games, you have the Pacers and the Jazz at 3 o'clock on NBA TV. Jazz are 10-point favorites. I play it with Utah. 7 o'clock, Thunder, Pistons. Pistons are rarely a favorite. That could be a Vegas nose types of game. I'll lay it with Detroit. ESPN 7 o'clock, Clippers 76ers. That 3 is very low. I'm laying it with Philly. Pelicans, Wizards. Pelicans are -2 on the road. I lay it. 7:30 the Hornets and the Nets. Brooklyn's 12.5. I'll lay it. Magic and the Raptors. Toronto's 2.5. I'd lay that too. 8 o'clock, Grizzlies and the Bulls. Memphis is 4-point favorite. I'm laying that as well because of no Zach LaVine. Nuggets, Rockets. Denver's 8.5-point favorite. I'm going to lay that too. The Heat and the Timberwolves, Miami 7.5. I'm laying that as well. And then 8:30, the Trailblazers and the Spurs. Portland's -2.5. I'm going to lay that as well. So I'm laying it with all the favorites today. Oh, one more. 9:30 ESPN, the Knicks and the Mavs. The Mavs are 5.5-point favorites over the Knicks. This is where I'm actually going to take a dog to cover. I'm going to take New York plus the 5.5 against Dallas. Saturday, 4:30 ESPN, the Jazz and the Lakers. 8 o'clock, the Pistons and the Wizards. Cavs and the Bulls. 8:30 ABC, Warriors, Celtics. I'm going to take the Celtics at home. They are starting to play better. 9 o'clock, the Grizzlies and the Bucks. And 10 o'clock, the Spurs and the Suns. Sunday, 1 o'clock, ESPN, the Pelicans and the Knicks. A game that we saw on Wednesday night. Again, I'll say Knicks at home. Pacers, Hawks. 3:30 ESPN, Nets, Heat. That's a good game. That's the better of the two games. We're going Miami at home. We'll go up the upset special there. What if Kevin Durant sits that one? 7 o'clock, the Trailblazers and the Hornets. The Rockets and the Magic. The Thunder and the Raptors. 7:30, the Kings and the Mavs. And 10:30 NBA TV, the Timberwolves and the Clippers. All right, now we'll move on to the NHL. We will go over last night's games, and we will look ahead to today's games. Rangers over the Devils 4-0. Bruins over the Islanders 4-1. Sabres over the Caps 5-2. Hurricanes over the Predators 4-1. Lightning over the Panthers 3-2 in overtime. Flyers over the Pens 2-1. The shootout. Jets over the Leafs 5-2. Red Wings over the Blackhawks 4-1. Stars over the Blue Jackets 4-1. And then today's window, 6 o'clock the Flames and the Canadiens, 7 o'clock the Islanders and the Bruins, 8 o'clock the Sharks and the Wild, 9 o'clock the Kings and the Avs, 10 o'clock the Golden Knights and the Ducks. Oilers Canucks postponed because JT Miller came out and convinced the league to postpone more Canucks games. And they probably did the right thing there. And JT Miller did a good job of speaking out. 12:30, the Devils and the Rangers, the Capitals and the Flyers. 3 o'clock NBC, the Penguins and the Sabres. Now we're on the Saturday. 4 o'clock, the Sens and the Canadiens. 6 o'clock, the Blues and the Coyotes. 7 o'clock, the Preds and the Hurricanes. The Panthers and the Lightning. The Blackhawks and the Red Wings. The Maple Leafs and the Canucks. 8 o'clock, the Sharks and the Wild. The Blue Jackets and the Stars. And 10 o'clock, the Oilers and the Jets. Sunday, 12 o'clock NBC, the Capitals and the Bruins. 3 o'clock, the Penguins and the Sabres, the Rangers and the Devils. 4 o'clock, the Golden Knights and the Ducks. 6:30 NBCSN, the Islanders and the Flyers. And 9 o'clock on NBCSN, the Kings and the Avalanche. All right, now we will go over the Major League Baseball games from last night and look ahead to today and the weekend's games. Braves over the Marlins 7-6. Padres over the Pirates 8-3. Mariners over the Orioles 4-2 and 7. Twins over the Red Sox 4-3. Indians over the White Sox 4-2. Mariners over the Orioles 2-1 and 7. D-backs over the Nats 11-6. Rangers over the Rays 6-4 and 10. Royals over the Blue Jays 7-5. A's over the Tigers 8-4. And the Dodgers over the Rockies 7-5. All right, today's games: 2:20 the Braves and the Cubs, 7 o'clock the Rays at the Yankees, the Diamondbacks at the Nationals, the Cardinals at the Phillies, 7 o'clock the White Sox at the Red Sox, the Indians at the Reds, the Giants at the Marlins, 8 o'clock the Orioles at the Rangers, the Pirates at the Brewers, the Blue Jays at the Royals, 8:30 the Mets at the Rockies, 9:30 the Twins at the Angels, Tigers Athletics, 10 o'clock the Astros and the Mariners and the Dodgers, and the Padres. Saturday, 1 o'clock, Rays, Yankees, Diamondbacks, Nationals, 2 o'clock, Blue Jays, Royals, 2:20, Braves, Cubs, 4 o'clock, White Sox, Red Sox, Cardinals, Phillies, Tigers, A's, Indians, Reds, 6 o'clock, the Giants and the Marlins, 7 o'clock, the Orioles and the Rangers, the Pirates and the Brewers, 8 o'clock, the Mets at the Rockies, 8:30, the Dodgers at the Padres, 9 o'clock, the Twins at the Angels, and the Astros at the Mariners. Sunday, 1 o'clock, Rays, Yankees, D-backs, Nats, Cards, Phils, White Sox, Red Sox, Indians, Reds, Giants, Marlins, 2 o'clock, Pirates, Brewers, Blue Jays, Royals, 2:30, Orioles, Rangers, 3 o'clock, Mets, Rockies, 4 o'clock, Tigers, A's, Twins, Angels, Astros, Mariners, Dodgers, Padres, and on Sunday Night Baseball, I have the Braves and the Cubs. One underachieving team so far. I don't want to say two. And Cubs fans might argue two, but I'm just gonna say one in the Braves because there are some people that thought the Cubs to fall off this year. The Braves need to turn it around like ASAP. Them and the Yankees are the two teams that really need to turn it around ASAP in their respective leagues. And I think the Braves will get going and will beat the Cubs on Sunday Night Baseball. Now, I'm going to go over the current leaderboard at the RBC Heritage Classic. At the top right now, with a score of 9 under, Cam Smith. Tied for second with 8 under, Colin Marikwa and Stuart Sink. Fourth, Ian Poulter at 7 under. Tied for fifth with 6 under, Matt Wallace, Shane Lowry, and Adam Schenk. Tied for eighth with 5 under. Now I'm just going to go through notables here. Brett Horschel, Harold Varner III, Abraham Manser, William Byron, Mackenzie Hughes, Corey Connors. So my pick, 4 back of the leader. Tied for 16th with 4 under, Taylor Hoge, Lucas Glover, Danny Berger. Tied for 24th with 3 under, Danny Lee, Sanjay M, Will Zalatoris, who's been hot lately. Dylan Fratelli, Chris Kirk. Tied for 42nd with 2 under, Ryan Werenski, or Richie Werenski. Tied for 54th with 1 under, Adam Putnam, Andrew Landry, Lee Westwood, Brendan Todd, Webb Simpson. Tied for 69th at even, Russell Knox, Matt Fitzpatrick, Sebastian Munoz, Tyrell Hatton, Harry English, JT Potson, Henrik Norlander. Tied for 87th with 1 over, Sergio Garcia's in there, Tyler Duncan, Kevin Kisner, Adam Hadwin, Zach Johnson. Tied for 98th with 2 over, Dylan McCarthy is in there. Tied for 116th with 3 over, Luke List and CT Pond, Cesar V. In the tie for 124th, or 123rd with 4 over, Paul Casey. I almost picked him. Oh, and Bo Van Pelt in that one, too. Tied for 127th with 5 over, Tommy Fleetwood, KJ Choi. And at the bottom, 134th with 10 over, Doc Redman. Yikes. All right, now I'll move on to NASCAR. They'll be racing this weekend from Richmond. No Xfinity this weekend. It's just trucks and Cup. So we're going to start with the truck starting lineup from Richmond. And then obviously I'm going to do the odds on DraftKings. At the pole will be Ben Rhodes, Austin Hill, Grant Effinger, Stuart Friesen, Raphael Lester, Zane Smith, Matt Crafton, Todd Gilliland, Sheldon Creed, Austin Wayne Sell, Tanner Gray, Kyle Busch, Carson Hocevar, Haley Diggin, Chase Purdy, Ryan Truex, Brett Moffitt, John Hunter Nemechek, Johnny Sauter, Corey Rarbach, Corey Roper, Chris Wright, Chandler Smith, Tate Fogelman, Spencer Davis, Spencer Boyd, Timothy Peters, Danny Bone, Derek Krause, Tyler Ankrum, Dawson Cram, Keith McGee, Jennifer Jo Cobb, Timmy Hill, Howie DeSavino III, Jeff Notlin, Josh Rumi, Norm Benning, Ray Cicerelli, and Sam Meyer. All right. To DraftKings for the odds, as we just went through the starting lineup for the race. And let's see here. Trucks. For the Toyota Care 250, I'm going to go with somebody that I think needs to get going a little bit. I'm going to go Zane Smith at 12-1. I think that's a solid pick. He's starting 6th in the race in row 3. He's just a talented driver. So I'm going to say Zane Smith, 12-1. And now for the Cup Series starting lineup at Richmond. Starting at the pole, Martin Truex Jr. After he won last week's race, or the last 2 races, I should say. Denny Hamlin, Chase Elliott, William Byron, Joey Logano, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Chris Bell, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. So that's your top 10. Austin Dillon, Chase Boucher, Tyler Reddick, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Bubba Wallace, Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Ross Chasen, Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola, Michael McDowell, Alec Bowman, Ryan Preece, Chase Briscoe, Daniel Suarez, James Davison, Anthony Alfredo, Eric Jones, Josh Bleeky, Quinn Half, Cody Ware, Justin Haley, BJ McLeod, Corey LaJoie, Garrett Smithley, and Austin Cindric. All right, for the Cup, I am going to go with, this is a good one, William Byron, 20-1. He's starting in 4th. He's a good driver. And you know I like to throw darts sometimes, and this is a dart. And I'm going to go with William Byron, 20-1, to win the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond. All right, I'm sorry that we don't have time for news and notes and to go over American Idol and preview it for the weekend. So we'll just do all that on Monday. My best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. There's some interesting stuff that I like on the board. And because of the absence of Zach LaVine, I think that the Bulls could potentially continue this free fall that they've been on. They've lost a couple in a row. So I'm going to lay a half unit on Memphis at minus 106. -4 against the Bulls. So there you have it. Very short Friday podcast. I apologize, guys, for it. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend and looking ahead to Monday's games. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend, everyone.